So today I'm going to show you how to build these acoustic panels. This is a 3 foot by 6 foot acoustic panel for use in your movie theater. This is the 4th one that we're adding here into this theater. I'll show you how to build these. Quick note, a lot of people ask me, how do you know if they're working or not? The easiest way to know if the acoustic panels have changed your room or not is if you have to turn the volume up higher on your receiver to get the same level of perceived volume. That's a good way to know that your acoustic panels are working. Alright, we'll go from there. Is it recording again?
Yeah, we can always just do voiceover stuff.
B-roll.
Yeah.
Yep, I had one shoot out there, so that's good.
Alright.
Alright, so once you've got it all assembled, you want to come wipe any excess glue off your corners, which hopefully you have, because that kind of fills in the gaps a little bit. Okay, I'm going to show you something here in a second. Now, something you may run into, especially if you shoot nails from both sides like I did, which I know a lot of people probably say you shouldn't, it's up to you, but you might have one nail hit another nail already embedded in the wood and it shoots out. Hopefully it's all on the same side. It's not an end world thing if it's not, but you just trim that off as best you can. So I only have 2 happen on this one. Now, the reason why this won't matter, especially if they're on the same side, is we'll install our soundboard backing on this side, and that soundboard backing will cover that up. You never know it's there. So as you can see, here's our 2 fully completed frames for our acoustic panels. Okay, so we want to measure our frames, see how true they are. So this is 36 inches wide, so that's 3 feet wide, exactly what we wanted. And then 72 inches tall, so 6 feet. So came out exactly right. It doesn't matter if they don't come out exactly right, because again, it's not like people will be able to notice ½ inch difference or anything when it's hanging on the wall, but it's always nice when it turns out right. So now we got to measure this material, soundboard. Now the soundboard is really brittle and fragile, so a lot of times you go to Home Depot, like the first time I did this, they were really beat up, chunks out of it. If that's the case, as long as they're within your 3 by 6, because these are 4 by 8 sheets. So if it's within, 3 foot by 6 foot, then you can still buy the sheets and Home Depot will give you a big discount on them. But, let's see, so 4 by 8, let's make sure it's actually 4 by 8. Yep, that is. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to cut 3 feet, or 1 foot off this direction. So if you have a table saw, that's ideally the way to go. And you set your table saw. So you can set your table saw to 12 inches. And because these are such big sheets, they're not really heavy, but again, they're brittle and they're awkward. So you probably want somebody to help you cut them. But you can shave off a foot And then we'll do that to both pieces. And then we'll get the other dimension, we'll cut off 2 feet the other way. I think there's anything else I wanted to say there.
Let's cut.
Yeah, not the good ones though. Well, we're in N95, I was gonna talk about that.
Nice. It's still recording, so if not, you can.
I'll do it after. Or between or something. I'll sit that down for just a second. Another thing you might want to check, because this again is cheap Harbor Freight table saw, is that it's actually going to be cutting at 12 inches. And it is, so we're good. You may notice we're not wearing N95 masks, that's what I wish I could be wearing, but you know, can't get those anymore. So, work what you got, right? Put it up.
We're doing the long way, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, that's right, right? I'm not getting that wrong in my head.
Correct.
Let me get the saw on. Maybe a little this side. So as you can see, we need to cut off 2 feet. So I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this, but it's not coming to my head at the moment. So we're just going to cut off 1 foot twice off the end. That'll get us down to 6 feet. Measure it. Alright, just to make sure we don't ruin 2 pieces, just in case. "72 inches, 6 feet. I notice we're about maybe 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4, a little too short, but that's okay, because it's still within the 2 inch of the wood. Well, technically 1.5 of the wood. So, we're good. Do the same thing on the other one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm using some 1 1/4 inch screws here because I happen to have them on hand. You might actually want to use some 1 inch. Might be a better idea, because if I go too far with these, theoretically I could pop out the other side. So I recommend a 1 inch screw. But, power screwdriver here. Now we're going to lay this out. Lay this on there. Remember, if you had any nails come through only on one side, have that side face the sound paneling because this will cover it up. And just kind of line up your corners. And again, it's not going to be perfect. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'm going to scoot this corner a little bit. You push that corner down towards me a little bit. There we go. Yeah,
Pretty close.
Yep, good to go through.
Let me get some close-ups.
Figure about 4 on the long side is plenty, 3 on the short side. A little far with that one. We're so good. I'll just See, if you go with 1-inch screws, you can actually set them where they go all the way in and flush. You don't want to get too close to your edge because this can split and fray. There you go. So now, have your sound backer fully installed in the back of your frame. Just lay it on the side. We're actually going to be mounting these this way anyway. So, there you go. And after this, we just stretch the material across, staple it on the back. We'll cover that in a second, and then the mounting hardware. So this one's ready for that, set it aside. Okay, you're gonna have to explain this part, though, remember?
Okay.
You did the wrapping.
Okay, so which side is it going to go on? Does it go on this side or on this
This
side?
is the back, so.
Okay, so we're gonna start with putting our cloth. I took our 5 yards, and since we're doing 2 of them, I cut it in half. Whew.
Do you have like glue or anything else?
Check your table, make sure it's clean. Even the sawdust is gonna kind of make its way into this fabric, so. Pull that for me. Alright. So we're gonna put it, this is the, putting it face down, so
This
is
way.
it going, it'll go on this hollower side, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So your fiber board is on the back, and then you have space with your 1x2s, and then you have your fabric. So then we just take it and we fold it up. You're gonna do it similar to how you would wrap a gift. So just kind of get it all as straight as you can. And then, do we have the
Staple
staple gun ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so you straighten out your fabric here as much as you can. You don't want to have it gathered. You want this to be nice and straight on the other side. You're going to have a lot of fabric up here, but you're going to shoot your staples through the edges. And you got the fiberboard on the, or you have the 1x2s on the back side behind the fiberboard, right where you're doing your staples.
Hold on before you shoot. You might want to check where your screws are, feel for them, so you don't try and shoot into a screw.
That is a very good idea. Maybe I just do it up.
You can't feel
No,
it?
I can't. It's gotta be right there somewhere, right?
Well, there's the turns right here.
There's not another one?
No, because see how I alternated them? See,
Gotcha,
so
okay.
you're good until you get to, I don't know where that one is. Interesting. I thought for sure I'd be able to feel it. Sorry,
It's fine.
it's right there. Wow, I did too good a job on that one.
All right, okay. You hold your... All right. See, it seems like, yeah, do about every inch, because the fabric stretches, and as we do the other sides, we'll pull it straight. We just don't want any gathering on it. This will look good.
Should we peek?
I just don't want to hit it.
It's right up here. Oh, there's where
I should have
your screw is.
marked those. I should barely be able to feel that. All right. Now, I've got this other side, and I like to do kind of a hospital corners, folded corners, like you're wrapping a gift. I want to make sure this is all up on the table so that we don't have the table itself pushing in to the frame. We don't want any fabric folds in there. And I kind of pulled the excess fabric out so that we don't have to do 2 or 3 layers for very long. We're going to cut off all the excess here soon. Ouch.
So we're using 5/8 inch and 1/4 inch staples for this.
All ready for me?
Yep.
All right. All right, so now that we have sufficiently stapled it, we are going to trim off all of the excess fabric. Get a pair of fabric scissors is a great idea, and it'll go pretty fast.
Should we see how it looks?
Let's see.
Before we install the mounting bracket.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, that looks good. It's a little dirty, but a limp roller will take care of that. So I'd say it looks pretty good. You could iron this before if you need to, but that slight crease there is not going to last very long. This fabric isn't exactly known for being wrinkly. So, alright.
Back on its face here. Got the mounting bracket. This is the piece that goes to the object you're going to hang. This other piece goes on the wall, and you know that because it's got the groove for the little level that you'll insert into there for when you mount it on the wall. Okay, so now I'm going to measure 3 feet in. And then I want to center this. Let's see. $28 divided by 2 is 14, so okay. Okay, so I'm going to take the 15th hole, line it up at 32 inches. Obviously you want to make this as level as you can as well. So what we're going to do here, I get one screw. Notice I'm not using the screws that came with it because our material is considerably thicker, and these little screws are not going to be long enough to get all the way through. So I'm using the same screws that we used before to attach the bracket. Okay, so now I've got it centered. Got it? Okay, so we stand it up so we can level this out. Okay. I'll take a screw here. Shoot it in on that end. Okay, don't need that anymore. Lay it back down again. Now we just put screws in everywhere else. Instructions say for the full weight capacity you have to use all screw holes. Granted, we don't need to hold 300 pounds, but why not? It says the hand to put these in, but I'm just using a low torque setting, that way I don't bend the metal. Alright, so we're gonna mount the bracket to the wall and then actually hang the acoustic soundboards. You can see we had a small one here before. Obviously we're replacing that. Something much, much bigger. So we want the bottom of our acoustic panel to be just above this LED bar here. So after doing the math, the way we've mounted on the back of the acoustic panel, we want to come down 2 inches from 3 feet. And so we're going to leave 1 inch here, and then 3 feet up, and 2 inches down from there is at this height mark that we made there. So now, need to measure the middle of 6 feet.
Do you need some help with that?
Yeah, probably. Let's go and grab that.
Because starting to rain.
You can come over more this way, because I still have 6 inches before I hit the picture frame.
Okay. Yeah, right there. That should be good.
Okay.
Okay, can you hold that flush against the wall for me? Thank you. Okay, so that should be our center point. Again, let me check the height on that.
Ouch. Claire, no. Maybe it's that way. About 6.
1 inch, 2 down. Yep.
Quiet.
So this has a level in it. These are the screws that came in the packaging there for drywall. So that's what we're going to use here. I should measure this guy just in case. Level should be in the middle, but
Look at that, Mom. It's really sweet. Look at that, Mom. Look at that.
Yes.
Ooh, is it good? Face. Come on. Because it's like, come on.
Don't touch. Don't touch, please.
so now we need to get it level.
How can I help? You want to grab
Can
everything?
you hold the drill for me for a second?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna turn that up.
Oh, cool.
Yep. I'm not level anymore. How did I do that?
Hey, Mom, can you have a cool one?
Yeah, just a minute, sweetie.
Oh.
You help me just get this level?
Yeah.
Right.
Looks.
That's definitely not level, but we can fix it.
Pull it down a little.
Yep.
Oh.
Good thing that'll be covered, huh?
Alright.
There we
Is it
go.
time to put it up?
It is.
Alright.
Okay, look out, kiddo.
Go, Claire. I'm sure you can do this without me.
You can tell we haven't cleaned it yet. That's okay. Automatically, we just all the way up. Drop it in.
Slip right over it.
We missed. Good.
There we go. Look at that.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks good.
We're hooked on there good.
Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah, that turned out well.
Yeah. Alright, it blends into the wall. So,
That That's it.
Good sound now.